Hey guys, it's Daniel's son. Welcome back to the channel. Right behind me, I have a 2012 Hyundai Santa Fe. Now, this is actually my personal vehicle, and we have a major problem on this thing, which I already shared with you guys in a little short. Now, before we continue with the video, I want to ask you guys to subscribe, like the video, and even share it if you think you know somebody that might be interested in this content. You guys have been crushing it. I really appreciate that, okay? So thank you. Now, it's a little bit windy today, you know, not as bad as as last time, but still, there's gonna be some noises here and there, so I apologize for that. But now, getting back to this thing. So, this thing has a problem by going into limp mode, right? So, I'll be driving down the highway, you know, 70, 80 miles an hour, and it'll actually start flashing lights on the dash, and I have to pull over. Now, unfortunately, the problem with that is that sometimes when you're going, you know, 70 and you have to kind of, you know, quickly maneuver into the emergency lane, it can get dangerous, right? So I've had a few close encounters already, and honestly, I really need to fix this already. I've been dealing with it for about 6 months now. I've been super lazy, but I want to tackle it right now and get this solved, okay? Okay, so before we continue with the video, I'm gonna show you around the car, just show you what we're working with here real quick, okay? So basically, you can see it's very dirty. Unfortunately, I haven't really taken it to the car wash to clean her up. You know, the paint is in okay shape. It's not in perfect condition. There is a little bit of clear coat peeling by the windows here. You can see a little bit of clear coat peeling right there, which is unfortunate, but these, I believe this generation of Hyundai, they suffered from that. There's a few scratches. There's actually like a big chunk of paint missing there. So that's something that, I really want to take care of, just to at least prevent it from getting rust. The wheels, I don't know what you guys think about the wheels. Definitely leave a comment on what you think about, what do you think about this car? The look of it, the design, the style. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of them. I do like the color though. Now the back here, pretty straightforward. Everything is in pretty good shape. There's scratches here in the back for loading and unloading. And I'll show you guys here the interior in a minute. Now, this is the limited trim package. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't really mean much in this case because this car doesn't come with the 3.6. It comes with the 2.4, four-cylinder instead of the V6. Also, this is not all-wheel drive, unfortunately. And then also the navigation system, it does come with the premium audio, but it doesn't come with the GPS. So no navigation system, just premium audio. And yeah, but for the most part, the paint looks great. There is some wear items that I need to address, maybe in another video here in the front end. But yeah, let me show you guys the inside of the car. Okay, so we're here at the driver's side. So you can see the door panel looks in pretty good shape. Obviously, these stains right here are from me, getting out, kind of kicking the panel. But usually I clean those when I clean the car. There's no tears. Look at the seat. It's in pretty good shape. It's a cream color, honestly, very weird in my opinion. At least the dash is not brown. So I'll take it. There's a little bit of wood paneling, obviously, from plastic trees. We do have a sunroof, which works perfectly. The headliner is in great shape. No stains, no tears, no sagging. All the lights work and all that stuff, which is great. There is a small tear on the passenger door. I might show you here in a minute. Okay, so we're here at the back seat. Same story. Door panel is in great shape. Maybe a little stain right there. Obviously that comes out, but everything looks in great shape back here. Same with the headliner back here as well. Okay, let's take a look at the trunk. Okay, so this is one of the things that I like the most about this car, and it's all the trunk space that I have. The nice thing too is that I have these little compartments right here, so I can store some extra things. So right here I got the stuff for whenever it snows, ice scrapers, brushes to brush off the snow, and obviously I have all the stuff for the for jacking up the car if I need to replace a wheel, if I have a blowout. Now I have another compartment back here. This is where I keep more stuff like the sunshade. Now when it gets sunny, I'll be using that. For some reason, I got some Duraflame logs back there. I have no idea. Some microfiber towels that I used to have in here, and then just a cargo net and just twine and some oil, which I've never used. It's been there probably the whole time this car has been running. So yeah. Okay, so we have the scan tool hooked up to the car and we got the fault pulled up, and the fault, like I said earlier, it is a C1611 and it's currently showing as active, even though if I start the car it'll be fine for until it goes into limp mode. And then it says lost communication with ECM. That's the description for this code. So it tells me that it's losing communication with the ECM, but it doesn't tell me if it's the ABS module or the ESC module, which I'm assuming at this point they're together. Now, the engine control module does not show any faults at all, which makes it a little bit more difficult to find. So I'm assuming, worst case scenario, we're going to be tracing wires from the ECM to the ABS module. Unfortunately, this is a fault that happens intermittently. So I think it might be a situation where the ECM is actually bad or the ABS module is actually bad. So we'll see what that entails here in a minute. Suddenly got really windy, so I put this thing on. I don't know if that'll help, honestly. I'll see post-production, I guess. Now, on the Santa Fe video, the Santa Fe short that I did, some of you said that, you know, you've dealt with that stalling and it was a crank sensor. Now, do I think this will fix the problem in this car? No, but I still decided to get it. It was cheap enough. It had good reviews. Now, I've seen other things that made me think it might be a crankshaft position sensor. Like the car will like go into limp mode just by idling. Like right now, if the car was idling, there's a chance that it might go into limp mode, driving around and stuff like that. And I've noticed that sometimes that'll happen whenever the car will hit about 3,000 RPM. It'll go into limp mode as well. So it might be associated with RPM. So that's why I decided to go ahead and just, you know, throw a crank position sensor in there. No, I didn't get the cam position sensors. There's two of them. I might get those later. Now, I believe that the fault that we're dealing with is between the ECM and the ABS. There's a communication fault in between them. I don't know if it's the ABS or if it's the ECM. I've heard that the ECMs on these cars go bad, and there's a possibility that whenever I get the Audi running, I might just send the ECU out just to at least get looked at to see if I can solve that issue. But okay, now that I got the Santa Fe on the lift, we can take a quick look underneath. I'm gonna start here from the back, and then we'll work our way to the front. So back here, it's in pretty good shape. This is the lower control arm in the rear. Looks kind of weird. It's like smushed here in the back. There is a little bit of surface rust, but for the most part, it's not really a big deal. It's just surface rust. This right here is just a little cover for the actual link arm here. So it's not the, you know, like actually metal peeling off. It's just a piece of plastic, like a little guard or something. But other than that, yeah, there's not too much rust, just mostly surface rust. Same on this side as well. Everything looks pretty good. We got the fuel tank here. The exhaust is not completely rotted. Like I said, it still has a little bit of a surface rust, but not, you know, it's not really bad. We have the canister here, but again, pretty much the same thing all the way here to the front. You know, not terrible rust. These are still, they still have a shape to them. You know, they're not like just a clump of rust. But yeah, now here in the front, there is something that we are going to be addressing in a follow-up video for this car, and it's basically the lower control arms. I can't really show you guys, you know, since I'm holding the phone, but basically there's a lot of play on this bushing this bushing right here. So there's a lot of play here, and as you can see, it has started to kind of chew up the tire a little bit on the outside. So something that we definitely need to take care of. Luckily, I need tires next year, so that'll be coming. Now, there's no leaks on this engine. And this is from whenever they did the boots last time, or maybe it just started leaking now, because why not? So there is a little bit of grease splatter everywhere. I don't think they are, you know, they're not torn. I've checked them already. I think they are leaking from the seams. So I'll just tighten them up for now. Same story on this side. It looks like they were leaking at one point and they replaced them. They didn't really clean, or they could be leaking a little bit right now. But again, these look like they were replaced not too long ago. So I'm pretty sure it's just they didn't clean. Now, I did an oil change not too long ago, and I've noticed that it has a little bit of seepage, nothing major. And then as you can see right there, those coolant lines, there's a little bit of green coolant because those are about to start leaking really bad. So those are going to be replaced here real soon in a follow-up video. And then right there, That little guy right there. That's an AC line that's leaking AC that I need to replace here real soon, especially now that summer's coming, which I'm very happy about. But other than that, there's the block right there. And something that I like about this car, even though it doesn't have the V6, there's a lot of room in the 4-cylinder. And I don't know if I said this already, but we are going to be replacing that little guy back there. So this thing behind this shield is the crank position sensor. So we're going to go ahead and replace that today, just because, you know, maybe it'll fix it, maybe it won't. I personally think is an ECU problem, but hopefully that's not the case. Now, like I said, I'm going to be doing some follow-up videos in terms of, like, there's other stuff that I want to replace. There's some control arms, some sway bar bushings, some sway bar links. Tires are going to be next year, not this year. And those coolant hoses and stuff like that. So definitely stay tuned for those videos. Because, like I said, this is a restoration to make this car basically as good as it's going to get so we can sell this, okay? Okay, so this is kind of crazy. I decided to get onto Identifix here on my laptop, and this just typed in the VIN, typed in the fault, and actually something, I don't remember doing this before, but something pulled up actually, and 6 confirmed repairs. That is the crankshaft position sensor. So I'm starting to feel pretty good, and I think you guys kind of nailed it on the head by, well, no, you didn't really recommend it. You just kind of said this is what we actually had to deal with in our vehicles, which are different. But again, I think you guys were on the money there, so I'm feeling pretty confident that this actually will fix this problem, so I can just put this problem to bed, because honestly, it's a pain in the butt. But again, I'm happy about this. I feel pretty confident, so, you know, obviously I'll be updating you guys if this thing goes into limp mode again. Hopefully not, but again, I'm excited about it. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the video right here, and I feel pretty confident that sensor is gonna fix our issue. In all honesty, I should have just checked the Identifix from the get-go. That would have saved me so much time and some money too. But again, I didn't. I should have. Anyways, now we have another obstacle here, and it's the loan. Okay, so this car is not worth as much as what I owe on it, so that's gonna be a big obstacle to get through. Okay, so there's other stuff that I need to address on this car, and I need to order some hoses. I got some suspension parts that are already here for the next video, and again, I need to buy some stuff for paint correction. Like I said, again, I'm gonna do it myself, and the reason I don't pay Van Gogh, a professional, is because I'm already upside down on this loan, and I'm putting money into this car to give it its best chance in the market, okay? So that's the reason why. If I could, this car would be down in Van Gogh right now, getting detailed, you know, because in all honesty, the paint would definitely pop with a nice paint correction. But anyways, again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys been crushing it so far. You know what I mean? So definitely subscribe, definitely like the video, and share if anybody's interested in this content. Now, you always know that you can follow me on Instagram for some updates and on Twitter for some updates. They're going to be in the description down below. And again, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.